गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, शुभ संध्या मित्रों। एनडीटी मस्ती टीम से आज एक विशेष मेहमान जुड़े हैं, संदीप अहिराव, जो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट हैं सेल्स एंड मार्केटिंग एक्वा फीड ग्रोवल फीड प्राइवेट लिमिटेड से। सर का बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। एनडीटी मस्ती टीम की फुल टीम सर आपका धन्यवाद करती है। आप अमूल्य समय निकाल के हमसे जुड़े हैं सर, आपका स्वागत है।
थैंक यू। सभी पार्टिसिपेंट्स को मेरा नमस्कार एंड वेलकम टू दिस प्रोग्राम। मुझे यहाँ आकर बड़ी खुशी हो रही है, आप सबके साथ वार्तालाप करने का मौका मिल रहा है। तो शिवप्रकाश, तुम अभी आगे बढ़ोगे या मुझे करना है? शुरू करते हैं। Okay. So fine. Welcome to everybody again, and thanks to Shivprakash and NDVT for inviting me for this wonderful program. So मैं एक्वा फीड सेक्टर जो इंडिया में करंट स्टेटस है उसकी बात करूंगा आज। उसके पहले मैं संक्षेप में अपना परिचय दूंगा। मेरा नाम संदीप अहिर्राव है। आई एम अ नेटिव ऑफ महाराष्ट्र। मैंने बैचलर ऑफ फिशरीज साइंस 83 में कंप्लीट किया कॉलेज ऑफ फिशरीज रत्नागिरी से, जो कोंकण कृषि विद्यापीठ के अंदर में आता है, कोंकण एग्रीकल्चर यूनिवर्सिटी। और ये हमारा पहला बैच था, नया खुला था फिशरीज कॉलेज उस वक्त। एंड आफ्टर ग्रेजुएशन आई डिड माय एमएससी इन मैरीकल्चर फ्रॉम CMFRI कोचिन, Central Marine Fisheries Research Institute, and the degree was awarded by Cochin University of Science and Technology. तो ये एक FAO UNDP का प्रोजेक्ट था। तो हमारे यहाँ काफ़ी इंटरनेशनल फैकल्टी का आना जाना लगा रहता था। हमारे प्रोफेसर लोग भी बाहर ट्रेनिंग के लिए जाते थे। तो दैट वाज द फर्स्ट मैरीकल्चर प्रोग्राम इन इंडिया, फर्स्ट एंड लास्ट आई वुड से। उसके बाद तो फिर उसको वो CIFE के अंडर चला गया। अभी उसको नाउ इट इज रीडेसिग्नेटेड एज MFSC। तो देन मैं 33 साल से इस क्षेत्र में रहा हूँ, एक्वाकल्चर के क्षेत्र में, खास करके श्रिम्प फार्मिंग। और मेरा पहला जॉब मैंने यूनिलीवर, उस टाइम हिंदुस्तान लीवर कहते थे, वेस्ट बंगाल में मेरा पोस्टिंग हुआ था। तो कलकत्ता से 70 किलोमीटर की दूरी पर वो वहाँ का वन ऑफ द फर्स्ट साइंटिफिक टाइगर श्रिम्प फार्म्स इन इंडिया। 4 हेक्टर से शुरुआत की थी हम लोगों ने। And then finally, by the time I resigned after 5 years, it was 65 hectares. Or that was one of its type of project in India, very sought after. बहुत मतलब इकलौता एक scientific project था। We are the first company in India to import prawn feed from Taiwan. Those days, March 87 की बात कर रहा हूँ। And then we are the first company to import paddle wheel aerators from Taiwan. And all MPEDA and other government officials used to come visit our farm. Even the chairman has sent the MPEDA deputy directors, assistant directors for training. They stayed in our farm for 3 days and got trained. So those were the days. And then after that, in 91, I shifted to Andhra Pradesh, Nellore, in Thapar water base. That was again India's first integrated aquaculture project, and integrated in the sense एक ही campus में almost 150 हेक्टर का campus था, farm था। उसमें farm, process plant, hatchery and feed plant, ये चारों components थे। That's why we call it integrated. And आई एम वेरी हैप्पी टू शेयर कि उस वक्त एनडीओटी कॉलेज था नहीं, पंतनगर फिशरीज कॉलेज था उस वक्त। तो पंतनगर के काफी स्टूडेंट्स हमारे यहाँ वाटर बेस में ज्वाइन किए थे, जो आज भी फील्ड में है। दे आर डूइंग वेरी वेल, सब टॉप पोजीशंस पे है। आप तो जानते होंगे काफी लोगों को। सो देन 10 years I was in the farm. Basically, I started my career as a shrimp farm technician, and then water base I was a technical manager. And then after 10 years experience, I moved to sales and marketing of aquaculture inputs. And I've been working in various Indian and multinational companies for marketing of aquavet products, basically probiotics, feed additives. And then last 7 years in Growel Feeds Pvt Ltd. This was the first experience for me to selling shrimp feed, that is in the domestic market as well as for exports. So that is in brief about me. And I'm taking care of the domestic and export market. We are exporting to 12 countries in Middle East, Africa, and Southeast Asia and South Asia. And that apart, I happen to be the founder general secretary for Society of Aquaculture Professionals, which is a very prestigious body based out of Chennai. So now it's more than 15 years since it was formed, and every alternate year we conduct AQUA India. It's a flagship event. अभी लास्ट फरवरी में हुआ था, मतलब फरवरी 2020 में कोचिन में हुआ था. So almost 450 to 500 participants will be coming every year. Out of that, at least 100 people are from outside country. So it's a very well noted program. So I would advise each one of the fisheries graduates to become member of SAP, Society of Aquaculture Professionals. It will be useful for you. You can visit the SAP website. You just Google aquaculture professionals, it will show up. And you can even access the past programs, whatever last 15 years we have been conducting this AQUA India. So it will be very useful for you, and it can be as a reference material for you for many of your studies. So, well, now I'll move to our main topic. I'll share my presentation with you about the status of aquafeed sector in India. So you can see the screen, right? Hello, the screen is visible. Yeah.
Please share the screen.
Sorry. अच्छा शेयर स्क्रीन हुआ नहीं क्या बता. अच्छा 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 ठीक है ठीक है. Share screen, yes. Now you can see. अभी दिख रहा है ना? नहीं दिख रहा है. Entire screen.
Entire screen, share it, and then you can share the screen.
Yes. Now it's okay.
You can play the picture now.
हाँ अब ठीक है ना, दिख रहा है अभी. Is this okay? Okay. मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है ना साफ? ओके ओके. सो उस टाइम तो हमने जब बीएफएससी किया, उस टाइम देयर हार्डली 5 or 6 फिशरीज कॉलेजेस ऑल ओवर इंडिया, ऑल पुट टुगेदर. अभी तो मेरे ख्याल से मोर देन 25 फिशरीज कॉलेजेस हो गए हैं. यूपी में एक है, उत्तराखंड में एक है, ऑलमोस्ट हर स्टेट में एक एक तो हुआ ही है. जैसे महाराष्ट्र में तो अभी 3 फिशरीज कॉलेजेस है. And I'm very proud to say whichever company I worked, I was fortunate to have many of my colleagues who are also fisheries graduates. In the current company also, Growel Feeds, we have many fisheries graduate friends, my colleagues. in the shrimp feed marketing, fish feed marketing, and all other departments also. In our processing, we have a process plant. There also we have BFSC graduates, and all of them are doing extremely well. It's a matter of great satisfaction. Well, so this in the picture you can see the feed plant hai hamara. This is our feed plant is 60 kilometers from Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh. Vijayawada, as you know, is the newly formed capital of Andhra Pradesh. Just the state was formed hardly 5 to 6 years ago. So from here, Bhimavaram, you must be familiar. From here, Bhimavaram is just 1 hour drive from our factory. So यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हैं यूनिट 1 और यूनिट 2 है इधर, एंड ये फोरग्राउंड में आउटडोर केजेस है हमारे, जो 120 फ्लोटिंग केजेस है, ये R&D सेंटर के अंदर में आते हैं. And so Growel is a more than 28-year-old group. We started with aquaculture medicines, probiotics, then fish feed, then shrimp feed, and of course ornamental fish feed also we are making. And so we are very proud that we are the only Indian company exporting the feeds to 12 countries, and also the only company having one R&D center. So that shows the visionary approach of our promoters. So this is just to give you an idea about this is only about shrimp feed, this particular slide, which are the main companies in the shrimp feed sector in India. So one is Avanti, CP, Growel, IB, Cargill, Godrej, Waterbase, Deepak Nextgen, BMR, Devi Seafood, Growbest, and others are there. अभी तो और भी कुछ एडिशन हुआ है इसमें, मैंने पूरा इंक्लूड नहीं किया है. But then now it's a overcrowded market. So, and then shrimp culture, shrimp farming sector is undergoing troubled times in the last 2 years, क्योंकि बहुत सारे viral diseases, bacterial diseases आ गए, prices are unstable in the market. तो उसकी वजह से काफी दिक्कत हो रही है. तो but fish feed, fish culture sector is doing extremely well, and we are one of the pioneers in that sector. So, okay, now just we'll have a glance of about the production. So shrimp production in the last 5 years, how it has grown. आप लोग सब जानते होंगे 2009 तक India was depending only on one species of shrimp for shrimp farming, that is tiger prawn, Penis monodon. And then we never crossed 1 lakh ton production per annum. 80,000, 90,000, 1 lakh, बस वहीं पे सुई अटक गई थी. So then after lot of deliberations in 2009 and 2010 rather, Vanami shrimp was imported from South America. So, and after that there has been a skyrocketing growth in the shrimp production in India. So जो 1 लाख टन पे हुआ करता था 2009 में, वो फिर धीरे धीरे 2 लाख, 3 लाख, 4 लाख होते होते last year our country produced 750,000 tons of Vanami, of shrimp rather. Out of that, almost 97-98% is Vanami. So 7.5 lakh ton was the production of shrimp last year, cultured shrimp. And so this coming to fish production, in 2001 we are producing hardly 2 million tons, 20 lakh ton, and now in 2019 we are almost 6.74 million metric tons. So we made great progress. But unfortunately, we are dependent only on few species in fish, 3 or 4 species. China, if you see, compare with China, China is having 60 species, 60 species are candidate species वहाँ culture के लिए. So it's much more sustainable there. Prices don't easily crash. So we also need to aim for that. So इस map में आप देख सकते हैं major shrimp farming states of India, basically all the coastal states. मतलब मोटे तौर पे मैं बताऊंगा 90% of the shrimp farming of India is on the east coast, 10% is on the west coast. जो 10% में से 8% गुजरात में है, बचा कुचा 2% महाराष्ट्र, गोवा, कर्नाटका, केरला मिलके आता है. ऐसा नहीं कि इधर कल्चर नहीं है, बहुत कम है हेक्टरेज. So, and of course now the beauty is even the inland states have started producing shrimp, Vanami. हरियाणा जैसे कि रोहतक और करनाल, और फिर पंजाब में अबोहर है, बठिंडा के पास में, और फिर राजस्थान में चूरू डिस्ट्रिक्ट है। यहाँ पे अच्छा खासा हेक्टरेज अभी वानामी कल्चर के अंडर में आ गया है। द ब्यूटी ऑफ वानामी इज इट इज अ वेरी वर्सटाइल स्पीसीज। सैलिनिटी हाई सैलिनिटी है तो भी चलता है, लो सैलिनिटी एज लो एज 1 और 2 पीपीटी भी चलता है। कई जगहों पे तो फ्रेश वाटर में भी कर रहे हैं, थोड़ा सर्वाइवल कम आता है। तो यहाँ जो है आपको हरियाणा, पंजाब, राजस्थान के कुछ डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स में आपको हाईली अल्कलाइन सॉइल्स मिलेंगे। दे गॉट affected badly because of over usage of inorganic fertilizers over the last so many years, so many decades. तो वहां पे अभी कोई अनाज मतलब फसल नहीं उग रही है, उगा नहीं पा रहा है किसान वहां पे। तो दिस इज अ ये वरदान है उनके लिए जो वो अभी बढ़िया प्रॉन प्रोडक्शन कर पा रहे हैं उधर। जो बोर वाटर में उनको सॉल्ट वाटर मिलता है तो उसी में उनको बढ़िया कल्चर कर पा रहे हैं। तो they also have their problems, ऐसा नहीं है, but still at least they have been last 4-5 years they have been taking good production. So in this map आप लोग देख सकते हैं shrimp feed plants कहाँ पर हैं। तो इंडिया का almost 65 to 70% aquaculture production, चाहे वो झींगा हो चाहे मछली हो, ये आंध्रा से आता है। So that is the importance of Andhra Pradesh in aquaculture, and no wonder you see most of the more than 90% of the shrimp feed plants are in Andhra Pradesh. You can see in this map. So I'll show you in more detail. Here you can see this is a map of Andhra Pradesh, and these are all the feed plants of various companies. So हम लोग यहाँ पर है गुंटूर के पास, middle of Andhra Pradesh coast, and then these are the other feed plants. So in this map और ज्यादा डिटेल में आपको देखने को मिलेगा आंध्र प्रदेश में कितने फीड प्लांट्स है। श्रिम्प फीड मिल्स 18 है, फिश फीड मिल्स 16 है, और जो कंबाइंड है श्रिम्प एंड फिश फीड मिल मिला के 12 है। उड़ीसा में 1+1, वेस्ट बंगाल 2+3, छत्तीसगढ़ में 1 है, उत्तर प्रदेश में 2 छोटे प्लांट्स हैं, गुजरात में 2 प्लांट्स हैं, महाराष्ट्र में 3 है छोटे, कर्नाटक में भी 1 छोटा सा प्लांट है, तमिलनाडु में 4 है बिकॉज ऑफ चेन्नई, बिकॉज दो चेन्नई politically it's in Tamil Nadu, it is virtually in Andhra Pradesh because hardly 90 kilometers north of Chennai the Andhra Pradesh border starts. So because of the harbor, the companies find it convenient to have a shrimp feed plant there. Otherwise Tamil Nadu में भी हेक्टेज वैसे काफी कम है compared to आंध्रा, उड़ीसा, वेस्ट बंगाल। तेलंगाना में 1 है, छोटा प्लांट है। सो टोटल कुल मिला के देखा जाए तो टोटल 26 फीड प्लांट्स हैं इंडिया में। टोटल इंस्टॉल कैपेसिटी 2.88 मिलियन मेट्रिक टन, और टोटल जो मार्केट साइज है श्रिम्प फीड का इट्स ओनली 1.25 मिलियन मेट्रिक टन, मतलब 12.5 लाख टन। सो द कैपेसिटी यूटिलाइजेशन इज हार्डली 43.4%। एंड देन कमिंग टू फिश फीड, द टोटल इंस्टॉल कैपेसिटी इज 4.8 मिलियन मेट्रिक टन, and total feed sold was 2.4 million metric tons, and the capacity utilization is slightly above 50%. So we need to bring in some innovation. So वो क्या है innovation? अभी जो पहला innovation shrimp feed में आया है वो है extruded feed and functional feed. So even our company has a functional feed which is we have tied up with an American company. We are importing a patented molecule from them called Mr. Feed. तो वो उसके फायदे क्या क्या है ये इस मैप इस ग्राफ में आप देख सकते हैं। Pelleted feed versus functional feed, you get a 24% higher survival in the usage of functional feed. This will basically boost the immunity of the animal, give better growth rate. So it's like a value-added feed. And जो एशियन कंट्रीज है वहां पे सब पेलेटेड फीड का ज्यादा चलन है। साउथ अमेरिका जो, अच्छा मैं और एक बात हाईलाइट करना चाहूंगा, वर्ल्ड का जो भी श्रिम्प प्रोडक्शन है कल्चर्ड श्रिम्प, उसमें का 80% एशिया में उसका उत्पाद होता है, हार्डली 20% इज इन द रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड, दैट इज मेजरली आउट ऑफ द 20 ऑलमोस्ट 18% इज इन साउथ अमेरिका, लैटिन अमेरिकन कंट्रीज। तो वहां पे सब एक्सट्रूडेड श्रिम्प फीड ज्यादा यूज होता है। यहाँ पहले से समहाउ लोगों को पेलेटेड फीड की आदत लग गई है, लेकिन Growel is one of the first companies to launch a extruded shrimp feed, which is better in superior in terms of digestion and stability and better FCR. Now, functional feed versus pelleted feed, you get a average daily growth minimum 30% higher, and FCR is 21% higher. So many farmers are taking advantage of this. There are equally, I mean, there are more number of farmers who डरते हैं, नहीं भाई वो functional feed थोड़ा महंगा होता है, हम लोग क्यों उतना फिर महंगा feed डाले. होता है धीरे धीरे, उसको time लगता है आदत होने में. Then what are the other technology changes in the shrimp farming sector? This is applicable for fish farming as well. So one is the advanced intelligent sensor based automatic feeders. You can see in this picture. तो पहले जैसे हम लोग सेल फोन आए तो हम लोग नॉर्मल नोकिया फोन यूज करते थे, दैट यू कैन कंपेयर विद द नॉर्मल ऑटो फीडर. अभी स्मार्ट ऑटो फीडर आया है विच इज यूजिंग द एडवांस्ड, आई मीन आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. The automatic feeder is having sensors which is dipped into the pond water. The sensor can sense the noise made by the mandibles of the prawn when it is hungry. So it will sense that and release the feed proportionately. So that is a great advancement, and the farmer can sitting in his home control the feeding, and as such it automatically controls seeing the noise of the mandibles. But even otherwise the farmer can have access. So other is the application of these things in aeration and water quality control, and the crop success rate increases by using A, functional feed, 2, auto feeders, 3 is regular usage of probiotics. Probiotics, as you know, is nothing but beneficial microbes. This is used two ways. One is for internal consumption. Along with the feed, we give probiotics, feed probiotics, that will improve the digestion, lower the FCR for the animal. Second is the soil and water probiotic. This will basically help to clean the pond bottom as well as water column. The beneficial bacteria they'll virtually eat away the dirt, the metabolites, the unconsumed feed. Thereby, they'll clean the ecosystem, and you have cleaner the water, cleaner the pond bottom, the better survival you get, lower FCR you get, and higher production you get. So this you can see another view of our feed plant. This is a neighboring shrimp culture pond. So this is the same thing what I told you. Then what are the pains being faced by the shrimp feed sector? One is reduced availability of fish meal. Second is decline in quality of local fish meal. Third is lack of availability of good quality animal protein sources. And reliance only on local soybean meal due to restrictions in the import from the government of India. तो काफी फार्मर लोग बोलते हैं अरे बाहर के कंट्री में सस्ता है, यहाँ क्यों ज्यादा है रेट. इसका मेन कारण है हियर आवर सिस्टम डज नॉट अलाउ इंपोर्ट ऑफ सोयाबीन मील. तो वहाँ आपको सीधा सीधा 8 से 10 रुपया पर केजी में फर्क पड़ जाता है जो इंडियन सोयाबीन मील है और जो इम्पोर्टेड है. इसमें मेन डिफरेंस ये है कि वहाँ का जो इम्पोर्टेड होता है वो मेनली जेनेटिकली मॉडिफाइड होता है, इसलिए उनका पर हेक्टर प्रोडक्टिविटी ज्यादा होता है, नेचुरली कॉस्ट भी कम होता है. अपने यहाँ पे वो नॉन जीएमओ है, उसकी वजह से उसका रेट, उसका प्रोडक्टिविटी कम है, नेचुरली रेट ज्यादा रहता है. सो यार यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं अलग अलग स्टेट में कितना एक्सेस फ्रेट भरना पड़ता है फार्मर को, क्योंकि हमारा सिर्फ हमारा नहीं, हर श्रिम्प फीड कंपनी का या फिश फीड कंपनी का एक्स फैक्ट्री सेल होता है. मतलब फैक्ट्री से लेकर फार्मर के डीलर के गोडाउन पॉइंट तक फार्मर को, डीलर को देना पड़ता है उसका किराया. तो यहाँ देखिए ये बंगाल में 6%, उड़ीसा में 4%, गुजरात में 5%, ये एक्स्ट्रा फ्रेट उनको लग जाता है. इसीलिए हमारे कंपनी ने अभी सिद्धांत लिया है कि एक नया फीड प्लांट उड़ीसा में लगाएगी, नॉर्दर्न मोस्ट पार्ट ऑफ उड़ीसा, और एक गुजरात में, टू रिड्यूस द फ्रेट बर्डन फॉर द डीलर्स एज वेल एज द फार्मर्स. This is, I was telling about our export business. So Growel Feeds is one of the leading shrimp and fish feed manufacturers in India and in the international market. And we have more than 200 business associates in India. and exporting feed to 12 different countries, and ये number बढ़ रहा है अभी. ये इस साल में अभी already हमने 2 additional countries introduce किए हैं. So which are the countries we are exporting? Ghana, Nigeria, Rwanda, Tanzania, Saudi Arabia, Iran, then UAE, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and Malaysia. So this is basically export includes shrimp feed, fish feed, as well as for edible fish as well as for the ornamental fish feed, aquarium fish feed basically. So the annual production capacity of our plant is around 4 lakh metric tons. This is 2 lakh tons is shrimp feed and 2 lakh tons is fish feed. And there are a wide range of feed products for freshwater and marine fish, wanami, tiger shrimp, depending on the nutritional requirement of the culture species. We are very proud to say we have the maximum number of variants, whether it is fish feed, whether it is shrimp feed. In fish feed, we have marine freshwater fish, and then we have for all the carnivorous fishes like sea bass, marl, that is snakehead, जो उधर बंगाल की साइड में उसको सोल माछ बोलते हैं ना. इट्स वेरी एक्सपेंसिव फिश, 600-700 रुपए किलो उसका रिटेल प्राइस होता है. देन मगुर, सिंगी, उसका भी ऐसी रेट होता है, 500-600 रुपए किलो. तो वो अभी इसके कल्चर पे हम लोगों को ध्यान देना है. आज तक क्या हुआ कि ज्यादा करके प्रोडक्शन सब गैसियस, जिसको बासा बोलते हैं, या तो फिर मेजर कार्प्स, यही सब होता है. उसका प्राइस कम मिलता है फार्मर को. इफ यू मूव टू हाई वैल्यू फिशेस, it will be better profitability for the farmers. Here you can see the control panel is fully computerized for our feed plant. So Growel uses state-of-the-art fully automated process that is completely controlled by a computer-based system. So यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं हमारा R&D center, Growel R&D and Innovation Center. So this is approved by the Ministry of Science and Technology. It's an approved center for research purpose. The Department of Scientific and Industrial Research. So this is the indoor photograph. You can see there are 80 fiberglass tanks. We have RAS, recirculatory aquaculture system there, so that for more biosecurity. Here you can see the outdoor cages, 120 floating cages are there for the R&D purpose. This apart, Growel has 6 aqua labs, diagnostic labs in the East Coast as well as West Coast, and more are in the pipeline. They're all very sophisticated labs. This also employs number of aquaculture technicians. Some of them are BFSC, they are diploma holders. So the 6 labs are in Sriharipuram, Amlapuram, Kaikalur, Srikakulam, Surat, and Balasore. The labs are equipped with modern diagnostic tools to help the farmers assess their water quality parameters and shrimp health through microbiology as well as PCR testing. The tests are promptly sent to the farmers through mobile text messages and email. Now we have designed an app for this. The company has done a lot of work on this for last 1 year. The app will be launched in January now. This is to facilitate interaction in between our farmers as well as the company technical managers, to give them better guidance and better support. So this is just a drone shot of our facilities. You can see on the right hand side you see the Growel Feeds, and just across the road we have Growel Processors, where the Growel Processors is a very modern seafood process plant where we freeze the shrimp and export. This is almost 80 tons per day capacity finished product. And so here this is Growel Feeds Unit 1, Unit 2, and these are the R&D cages. And here you can see the Innovation Center. So now India is a leading exporter. We have a lion's share in EU market, that is European Union market, which is the leading importer of shrimps with a volume of 8.64 lakh tons. Now exporters need to move up the value chain. We need to produce more value addition, more value added products, and then establishing distribution network in the marketplace, which is lot more needs to happen. We need to work on new markets as a leading exporter. And most important, we need to establish the domestic market. This is a major weakness in India. We are almost, whatever prawn we are producing, 96 to 97% we are depending on the export market. So this is a very sensitive thing. So we need to establish cold chain in the domestic market, and processors should take the lead as they already are part of the cold chain. So now you see, because of COVID, the shrimp culture sector is suffering. Whereas the fish feed, they are doing very well in spite of COVID. The culture area is increasing, the production is increasing, and the demand is increasing because it's all consumed within the country. Now we'll move to the fish farming sector. So you can see a big change. This is on the left hand side, you see the industry status in 2006. The right hand side, you see the current status. So what was it in 2006? There was no modern feed, no feed plants, hardly one or two feed plants were there. Farmers are depending only on carbs, no processed fish, manure-based system, low utilization of pond resources, and single market region for fish. And we are only using ice boxes, traditional ice boxes. Today, what has happened? There are a multiple number of extruded and pelleted feed plants, and then two species are transforming into four, and more are in the pipeline. And market is getting diversified, improved prawn productivity, processing for domestic market has started in a small way. Then lightweight EPS boxes have become very popular. Expanded polystyrene, that is thermocol, what we call. So what are the challenges in the fish production? High production of few species lead to price drop, oversupply. This is a major challenge. Lack of hatchery technology for new species. Species diversification will help stabilize prices and expand feed usage. Still, traditional methods are being used in some places. Large ponds, no water exchange, no draining, no bottom soil removal. So that has to change. Quality of fish produced in such systems is inferior and the customers will naturally react negatively. Lack of sound, cold and distribution system for fish as a perishable product. This is another drawback. Use of modern culture systems that use less land and less water yet to be adopted in India. मैं अभी देख रहा हूँ आज एक दो साल से बहुत क्रेज है खास करके नॉर्थ इंडिया में सभी जगह में RAS, bioflock. Many farmers are jumping into that without knowing the reality. Those are good technologies, no doubt. But the problem is for a farmer, he needs to first get used to the normal culture system for 2 or 3 crops. After that, then he has to be trained with RAS. Then only it will be successful. Otherwise, it will be very difficult. And then the farmers might suffer huge losses and they may develop aversion towards fish farming or aquaculture as such. So this we all have to be very careful, and there is no proper trained manpower also to guide the farmers with RAS or bioflock. Now, most of the above factors lead to a low farm gate price of fish. India should aim at fish species and systems that get rupees 120 to 140 per kg farm gate as a lower limit, and 250 to 300 per kg farm gate for high value premium fishes. I told you the premium fishes is like snakehead, marl, sea bass, which also can be grown in freshwater, and then you have magur, singi, etc. And cold water areas you have trout, and tilapia is a very good alternate. It's not very high value, but tilapia is the biggest volume wise, biggest culture species worldwide, and it has very good export market. The tilapia fillet. The last point is availability of water and unpredictable monsoons. These are the weaknesses. So the new species, this which are getting introduced now slowly, these are already very popular in Southeast Asian countries. If you go to Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, China, they have been for last more than a decade. They have been. It's like a cottage industry there. For us, it is a high tech. This is marl, this is singi, this is tilapia. So Bangladesh, which is a much smaller in geographic area, they have more species than India, and they are doing very well in freshwater fish farming. So this you can see the picture of our extruders in the our feed plant. This is one of the very expensive machines. It's from Wenger Company, USA. It's considered to be a Rolls Royce amongst the extruders. That gives us a lot of versatility in the production of different feeds for different species. So these other things I already covered. Now, the development further depends on scaling up of production and scale out of operation. Processing of fish for domestic and export market needs to be developed. Right now, there are only 2 process plants in India which do processing of basa. It's all meant for domestic market. But that also can be exported. Then introduction of new species I already told. Then development of cage culture in reservoir and open sea needs to be developed further. Introduction of enzyme coated feeds has good potential. And introduction of high fat feeds for marine species. This is also, we already launched this product under the Nutrilla brand. We're already selling this trout feed in Uttarakhand and Jammu and Kashmir and Nepal. So it's doing very well. Now, enzyme coating of fish feeds. This is needed to improve the performance, and the fish feeds can be coated with different types of enzymes. Few factories have started conducting trials on pilot scale. Limiting factors include selection of applicator, that is cost as well as efficiency, increase in the production cost evaluation related to protein percentage. This is basically a farmer mindset. The next one is farmers' acceptance. They have to be willing to pay higher price, and also because of the high fluctuation in the fish price in domestic market, there is a reluctance. So we have to overcome these factors by educating the farmers. What are the major differences between shrimp and fish feed market? So as far as the credit cycle or crop duration is concerned, shrimp is very short, hardly 3 to 4 months. Fish invariably have to wait for 7 to 8 months, sometimes even 10 months. So capacity utilization in feed plants is highly variable in shrimp. Fish, it is much stable because of the nature of the business. And the ingredients used are mostly imported, few are local. In fish feed, mostly local ingredients. So fish is a high margin business, but high risk. Whereas fish, it is a low margin, but assured income. That is the advantage for fish farmers. Now we'll come to the most important point, that is domestic marketing of seafood. So as I told you previously, almost 95% of our cultured shrimp or fish was mainly shrimp, it was exported. Now slowly this percentage is coming down, and your domestic market seafood is becoming very popular. And because of COVID, this has become much more popular because many people are working from home, especially the software company people. So they like to experiment with new food, and there's so many app-based companies have come up marketing. They're doing marketing based on apps, websites, door delivery, ready to cook, ready to eat. All type of products are available. Just at click of a button, you will get in half an hour, 1 hour. If you are in metro city, even in small towns, tier 2, tier 3 cities also, it's available nowadays. Many of our fisheries graduates themselves have started this business, and all of them are doing very well. Very happy to note that. So this is one company called Licious. This recently there was an article in Forbes magazine. So they started. They had the vision. They started almost 5-6 years ago. Today their turnover is 1,000 crores. Can you believe it? Now they sell all type of non-veg, mutton, chicken, fish. So there is roughly one third, one third, one third. One third seafood, one third mutton, one third chicken. So here you can see in the photo they are selling rohu, ready to cook rohu, and then anchovies. Anchovies, of course, it's wild caught. So it's very hygienic and very neatly packed. So I regularly use the service, and whenever I'm in Chennai at my home. So and we can get different varieties of fishes as well as prawns. So each one of you should try this and encourage others also, and you contribute your mite as a fisheries graduate towards increasing the consumption of seafood in India. So this article I can I can send a web link to Mr. Suprakash, so you can take it from him. Or right now also I can give you on the chat box. So this is another company called Fipola. They have normal shops as well as app-based deliveries. Here you can see they are selling peeled and deveined prawns. Here you have tiger prawns. You can search for this in Google. Fipola, Licious. Licious is a Bangalore-based company. They're operating in 5 to 6 major cities: Chennai, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Cochin, like that. They're expanding now rapidly to other cities. We got a lot of funds also from abroad investors. And this company is Tender Cuts. You can see Tender Cuts. So here you can see the picture of white pomfret, crabs. Crab also being cultured now. Yeah, you must be knowing. There's good scope for even culturing freshwater crab. It's a big industry in China. Culture of they have a particular variety called hairy crab. It's very expensive. The last one you can see marl. Here in Andhra Pradesh, it is called koramin. It's a very sought after fish. Sorry. So next, let us see. This is a company started by a fisheries graduate from my college, from Fisheries College Ratnagiri. It's called Fish Fanatics. They don't have app; they're only selling through website. It's a Pune-based company, and they're also doing extremely well. There's one Vishal Durge, is almost 10 years junior to me. So here you can see the different seafoods they're selling. You can search in Google Fish Fanatics. I think this trend has not yet started in UP that much. So some of you can take it up. Not only UP, in all states, even in small towns. So this is another company called Pesca Fresh from Mumbai. They are operational for more than 6-7 years. They are also doing extremely well. They are in fact even selling imported seafood like salmon and trout, etc. So, well, now before finishing, I would like to touch upon the career opportunities for fisheries graduates. Now, as I said, fisheries graduates, BFSC, MFSC candidates have very good name in terms of efficiency, their capabilities. But in the industry, I'm being very frank and blunt with you. You may feel bad. I am also BFSC, but the fact is, there is a feeling in the industry. If you recruit fisheries graduates, they don't hang around. They just work for a short time and then they jump for greener pastures. Of course, we cannot blame the graduates also because they have better opportunities, so naturally they look. But then, see, you should have some stability, minimum 2 to 3 years. You have to work in a company, you follow certain ethics, then there itself will definitely will get promotion. Because I have seen fisheries graduates. Yeah, I am one example in front of you. I am at the vice president level in a reputed company, and then so many of my colleagues are there in senior positions in our company, and Growel Feeds for fish feed marketing, for shrimp feed, and then for our GM technical, he is also MFSC from Fisheries College Tuticorin. Then our DGM for North India for fish feed, Mr. Amit Tandon. Many of you must be knowing him. So he is also BFSC from Pantanagar Fisheries College. So like that, so many our now we have a red tilapia hatchery project near our factory. So it's called Bluestone Life Sciences. So this one, Mr. Jay Tiwari is there. I think many of you know him. So he worked in Africa for more than 10 years. So he just joined our company 1 year ago and he's doing extremely well. Now we recently expanded the capacity and we're also going to put up a fish fillet plant for tilapia shortly. Already we are working on marl as well as sea bass hatchery, as I shared with you. So sky is the limit as far as opportunities are concerned. But what is most important is rather than being job seekers, you should become job givers by starting your small enterprise, maybe domestic marketing of seafood, maybe a small fish farm, shrimp farm, maybe a tilapia farm, maybe any shellfish farm. So there is a vast potential, and many of the governments are giving land for fisheries graduates on priority basis, like Gujarat, Odisha, Maharashtra, and I have seen so many fisheries graduates. I can tell you names: Dr. Manoj Sharma from Surat, and then there in hatchery field there are so many of my juniors. They're all multimillionaires. They're having their own companies doing manufacturing of probiotics and other feed additives. They're doing turnover of 40 crores, 50 crores. They have hatcheries, farms, and they're really doing very well. It gives a lot of happiness to see that. But of course, they had to work hard. They had to take a lot of risk. Initially, some people failed also. They struggled 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. But you should have that fighting spirit, and then definitely you will succeed. No doubt on that. But what I have noticed, most of our fisheries graduates, they have a tendency to go for more security. They want government jobs, state fisheries, or central government, or scientist in ICAR. So that is the easy way out. But I have seen not many of them, they don't have the job satisfaction. That is also important, right? Apart from job security, you should get job satisfaction. Whatever you are doing, you should be happy ultimately. So more, and another sunrise sector is ornamental fish breeding, ornamental fish culturing, exports. That is another huge industry. It is as big as your shrimp culture sector. So I have personally visited there is two very popular trade shows called AQUA in Singapore every year. So it's a massive. They'll have almost like some 500 stalls, and it's a vast area, and multiple number of species they're culturing, they're breeding, culturing, exporting. So they're also trading with they're putting up shops for trading with the color fishes, the accessories, the fish foods. There again, you have vast potential. So that's all I wanted to share with you. Feel free to ask any questions. I'll be too happy to answer. Hmm. I'd like to, before closing, I would like to thank my colleague, Mr. B. Ravi Kumar, our GM Technical, for his help in preparing this presentation. So thank you. Here again, you can see the photograph of our feed plant, Unit 1 and Unit 2. So you're most welcome to visit our feed plant if you happen to be in this part of the country, or if your fisheries college study tour is coming. If you inform us well in advance, at least 2 weeks in advance, we can take permission from our management and we can show you around our facilities and with the feed plant, process plant, our aqua labs, and we keep recruiting people, lot of people from time to time, field officers, lab technicians. You can visit our website. It's given in the scroll, and basically you can search in Growel, the website is www.growelgroup.com, or you can visit our official page on Facebook as well as LinkedIn for checking the vacancies available. And you can also feel free to contact me if you want any information or if I can be of any help to you. So, well, now if any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Sir, one question. What's the job
Yeah.
opportunity for girls in this sector? This sector, especially girls.
Job opportunities in fish feed sector, you mean, correct?
Yeah, for girls, fish graduate girls.
Oh, girls. Girls, there are few companies who are employing girls also in the field marketing. In our company, we don't have that system as of now. But we have 6 diagnostic labs.
Yes,
So in
sir.
that, mostly the technicians are girls. As well as our process plant also has a huge R&D lab. I mean, not R&D, it's a quality control lab. As well as our R&D center is there. There we have a lot of lady technicians. So there are opportunities, definitely.
One guy is there, Kang Burman, he commented. He's doing, I think, good. entrepreneur, young entrepreneur, I think.
Sorry.
You know, sir, Devtanu Burman on screen, he's
Yeah,
coming
yeah,
Devtanu.
yeah. Devtanu, I know. He's a very bright guy. I can see him on the screen also now. He has just sent a comment.
Yes, sir. He's doing well, sir.
Devtanu, see, he's a shining example of entrepreneurship. He's
Yes, sir.
a fisheries graduate from Tripura. Then he went to Belgium, Europe for post graduation. Then he worked in different one or two feed companies for a short time. But his focus was very clear. I've been observing him. I know him, my good friend. Uh, he's a very enterprising guy. He is doing a lot of consultancy work in West Bengal and Tripura, neighboring states, and he's doing a lot of training programs on bioflock, RAS, and he has his own inputs manufacturing business also, I guess. Fish hormones, probiotics, etc. So all this our graduates should take as inspiration.
One question is coming.
Hmm.
Yeah, appreciating, I think, one is there.
Yeah,
Uh, I think I think you know Ramanand Gupta, he is there.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Very active guy. Hero है Growel Feed का.
Yes, sir.
See, another thing I want to tell our fisheries graduates. See, like our Ramanand and all, I like one good thing about him. Of course, see, everybody works hard. You go to the field, you do sales, collection, fine. That anyway you cannot avoid. That is your bread and butter. But जो अंदर से आता है ना ये जैसे रामानंद में मैंने देखा है ये खूबी है. He will be very active on the social media. See, one is working, other is highlighting your work, your company, your product, and it's not just for marketing purpose, even for the genuinely for the educating the farmers. You have to tell what you are doing, what is the success, which particular farmer, how much production he got, how much FCR he got, how he achieved that. So that is how you help everybody, right? And social media is a big boon for this generation. So you should know how to make use of it, like our Ramanand Gupta is doing. Ramanand Gupta, Devatanu. Then there is a guy called Atreya. He is from Mangalore Fisheries College. He's he has a group on WhatsApp as well as Telegram and Facebook. It's called Aquaculture Worldwide Group. They're doing a fantastic job. You know, they're connecting all the topmost experts from different fields from all over the world, whether it is shrimp farming, fish farming, whether it is pathology, and so they are connecting people. See, that's a big service for the aquaculture sector. So, what
Thank
else?
you, sir. Thank you, sir. Giving me this opportunity. Came here, sir, giving me time. आपने जो समय
No
दिया
problem.
उसके लिए धन्यवाद सर. और कुछ कुछ इससे जो भी फिशरी ग्रेजुएट हैं और जो भी फिशरी सेक्टर्स हैं और भी जो भी एग्रीकल्चर सेक्टर कुछ ना कुछ इससे सीखेंगे और
Mm-hmm.
बहुत अच्छा. और मैं चाहता हूँ फ्यूचर में इस तरीके के प्रोग्राम होते रहें और इंकरेज करते रहें इस डिजिटल के माध्यम से लोगों को.
Definitely, definitely. And Shiv Prakash, you are also doing a very good job. I'm very happy to see. पहले मुझे इतना डिटेल में पता नहीं था ये एनडीओएटी मस्ती है क्या. मैं सोच रहा ये लोग कुछ ऐसे टाइम पास के लिए कर रहे हैं मस्ती मतलब. But then today when I spoke to you, then only I understood. So that's a great job you are doing. So this is all
थैंक
part of the digital revolution. Ah. So this is,
डिजिटल.
see, many people think Facebook, LinkedIn is only for time pass. Yes, it's like a double-edged sword, you know, how you use it. It can be used for fruitfully, for propagating technology. It's a very powerful tool. So for educating the farmers. So it all depends how you use it. So I would encourage all of you to become a member of the Society of Aquaculture Professionals, as well as the various groups which are available on WhatsApp, Facebook, as well as LinkedIn. Like this, our Atreya is operating. I mean, he's organized a very good group called Aquaculture Worldwide. And he's very strict. We won't tolerate if you write good morning, good evening. Any festival
Okay, sir.
message is not allowed. Strictly business
Join.
related.
Yes, sir. I will join those groups. Uh,
Yes, 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 yes. And including this PFGF group is there. All fisheries graduates should join in that. On Telegram, it's having 2,500 members. One Professor Shivakumar Magada is there from Mangalore Fisheries College. He is the administrator. So in fact, if he's ready, you can invite him also for this your similar session. He's a very good orator, very powerful
okay.
orator.
This session is also very good. So many people are watching. History is there. So many audience are there.
Okay,
It's
good,
going
good,
all over India, sir.
nice. Very
Even
happy to
across
know
the
that.
India, someone is want to join Ashish Tiwari from Ghana, but
Ha ha ha.
unfortunately he lost his connection. He was
Okay.
wanted to ask something.
Acha, 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 acha. No problem. He can send a mail. And then, anyway, this will be available on YouTube, I guess, later for people to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah, it is available
Hmm.
on YouTube, sir. I will send you link
Okay.
also, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Giving me
Okay.
your
Thank
time.
you. Bye
Thank you.
bye.
Bye bye. Good night, sir.
Bye bye. Good night. Good night.